Hello there everyone, and in this video for workflows in bioinformatics we would discuss some known workflow environments. Okay, so this is what we are going to discuss. I am going to show you just a brief screenshots of what exactly would you experience when you open these known workflows environments. Like we are going to deal with Accelerys pipeline pilot. Then you have got InfoSense suite, or it is sometimes also called as IDBS CameSense. You have got another one called as CDK Taverna. Okay, and one of the most popular uh, chemical workflow environment called as Nine. Okay, so well, these are some of the most common workflow environments that are used in management of chemical data. Okay, so or what you can say as the chemical information management. You can use these Accelerys pipeline pilot or Nine. So it is most of the industries and big laboratories at the National Institute, when they have got enormous chemical data to handle, well, they use these workflow environments to do the task. Okay, so let us talk about how exactly you would see a pipeline in Accelerys pipeline pilot. Okay, so it is one of the chemical based pipeline management system. Okay, so this Accelerys pipeline pilot is usually utilized in chemoinformatics and for developing QSAR models. Besides this, it has also got some NGS related node. It can also perform image analysis, as well as you can perform text mining. That is what we have indicated here as text analytics. This Accelerys pipeline pilot has got a GUI which is named as Pipeline Pilot Professional Client. And when you open this GUI, you can develop pipelines which would look like this, or workflows which would look like this in its interface. Okay, so there are different capabilities of this Pipeline Pilot Professional Client. Some of the GUI capabilities is like you can use this drag and drop components. So whatever nodes that you see over here, there is you can use it from the node repository. And there would be a list of nodes. All you have to do is to drag this node from that repository into your working area. Okay, so that is what it means. It has got an option of drag and drop component. Okay, then you can connect the component together in pipelines. As you can see over here, different component or modules are connected to form a pipeline, okay, or a workflow. And in this way, whatever application that has been developed, uh, well, you can kind of save that application protocol. Okay, so this is what your Accelerys pipeline pilot would look like. Okay, so it has got advanced capability to use predefined components. Predefined components in the sense that some components are already standardized. All you have to do is to pick it up and use it in your workflow or in your pipeline. Okay, and this predefined component can be selected from the library that is provided in its GUI. Okay, so whatever these individual components are that are used in your workflow, these components can be configured as per the requirement. They can be redesigned if required. And let's say for example, it can even be created from scratch and documented properly. Well, it has got all these capabilities. And for doing this, this Accelerys pipeline pilot support various language, various scripts written in various languages. Here are a few languages that are supported in this Accelerate pipeline pilot, like Perl, Java, VBScript, Net, JavaScript, Python, and MATLAB. Well, scripts written in all these languages are compatible for configuring, redesigning, or even creating some of the component from scratch and for proper documentation. Okay, the next in line is your IDBS ChemSense workflow or environment. Okay, it is also called as InfoSense suite. Now, this InfoSense suite is capable to import and export various chemical formats, or you can say it can import and export data in various formats. Typical examples being SMILES format, MOL format, CML format, that stand for chemical markup language. Now, if you have got a reaction, then you can save it in a separate notation, and those file that represent reaction are called as RxN file. And you can also import and export these reaction data files or structured data files. Structured data files or SDF files, you might have used it in your cheminformatics practical. Well, and it also is capable of importing and exporting those inches or something called as IUPAC, International Chemical Identifier, which are unique for chemicals. Okay, so now there is ease to import chemical structure and reaction that are drawn in Accelerate or any external software like ChemDraw, ChemExon, or Perkin Elmer. Whatever software you use for drawing chemical structure, it can be easily be imported in this InfoSense suite. And if you open the GUI, this is how your workflow would look like. This is how the nodes or modules or component would be connected to each other. Okay, so your InfoSense has got access to Oracle chemistry data cartridges, which is a very important resource for handling and for locating chemical data. Okay, so this would enable the user to start and insert chemical structure and reaction. It would enable it to integrate chemoinformatics functionality from ChemExon. So it is very efficient to build database solution to hold chemical information such as chemical reagent database. Okay, and this access to Oracle chemistry data cartridges will automate and publish complex chemoinformatics workflow. Okay, and it provides essential functionality to integrate data from multiple sources and visualize chemical data uh, from the internet as well. Okay, so next in line we have this CDK Taverna. So when you open this CDK Taverna, you would see that there are three main components in its GUI. What we call it as service panel. Then we have got this workflow explorer, and this is the workflow working space where workflow diagrams can be drawn. This is where you're supposed to design your new workflow. Okay, and the most important thing is that the CDK Taverna is an open source tool. You can use it for your chemical data management. Then the CDK Taverna can be used to create chemical workflow. It usually perform recurring task like there are many uh, recurring tasks that can be automated using this CDK Taverna. Okay, so it can be applied for chemical data filtering, chemical data transformation, chemical data curation, and even if you want to migrate workflows from one environment to another environment, you can do it using this CDK Taverna. And these are most common and important tasks in life of any data scientist in pharmaceutical company who at least manages chemical data. Okay, and this CDK Taverna also support chemical documentation and information retrieval related workflows. Like you can easily manage the structures or reactions or pharmacophore models that has been generated, so on and so forth. Okay, so they also support data analysis workflow. Like if you want to perform statistics and clustering, or if you want to perform some machine learning algorithm for QSAR, or you want to perform diversity analysis. So all these things can be effectively done in this CDK Taverna. Okay, another very important workflow management system is this NIME. This NIME stand for Constant Information Miner. Okay, so it is a visualization platform that would create and that would edit to enable you evaluation of your chemical data. Okay, and it would enable you to generate pipelines and workflows. Okay, so it has got a predefined node repository. Okay, and this node repository can be used for defining workflows in NIME. Okay, so it is an open source tool for creating workflows, and NIME is written in Java. So whenever you try to install NIME, it is important that you install first Java, because most of the features and functionalities are related to it. So when you download and install NIME, it is advised that you first install Java on your computer. Okay, so it was developed by this professor Michael Berthold. Okay, and it can be downloaded from this particular website. The URL is given over here. So this CDK chemistry project is incorporated in NIME, and you can use nodes from this CDK chemistry project to build up chemistry or chemoinformatics related workflows. Okay, so we would be using these nodes from the CDK chemistry project. Okay, when we do our demonstration. Moreover, this NIME also support work in integration with common informatics software. Okay, so you can easily import or export, or you can say you can build up the workflows that are cross software compatible. Okay, so it is one of the most important feature of NIME. So when you open this NIME, you would see a quite busy and populated interface. Okay, so what you have is the list of workflow that you are developing can be seen over here. Then you have this node repository, which has got different components. All you have to do is to search from over here as to what node you are interested in. Then once you locate it, you can just drag and drop it into this workflow editor, where you can edit and create different workflows. And when you select any select any node or select any module in this area, this particular portion of your GUI will provide the description of what node you have selected. It would give you an idea as to how this node is needed to be configured, what it is supposed to do, so on and so forth. Okay, and then there is a console window that will tell you as to what is happening in your workflow environment. Okay, when you run a workflow, it would tell ki, okay, things are going, or where it has stopped, or what is exactly wrong with the given workflow. Okay, so we will go in more details of this NIME in our next practical session, where I will demonstrate you how do we download this NIME, and how do you install it, and how do you use it. And I would help you create one simple workflow and provide you with some assignments as well. Okay, so see you guys in our next demonstration section.